Peace. Welcome. Part 2 of the council that created Jesus Christ. I told you it's going to get deeper in this one. Get your pencils and paper. I'll wait a minute. As I wait a minute, I'm explaining who I am. I'm Chocolate Amun Ra. Those who's watching for the first time. I'm not no preacher, no pastor, no reverend, no scholar, no archaeologist, no astronomer, no mathematician. But what I am is the messenger, the bridge for those who's trying to re-educate their mind, reconstruct their behavior, and understand about the world system of things. Because what you think you know is not true. It's just a small little piece of the pie. And religion, how powerful it is, has reconstruct you from birth. It's reconstruct you from your DNA. This is why I believe, my opinion, if you're not, let me rephrase that. When you go to church, synagogue, or whatever religious belief you go to, and they're not explaining your history, not explaining about how Jesus was formed, not explaining how people died, people was going to be assassinated. They don't explain them things to you in church. They don't even want to sit there and accept that so-called Jesus is a black man. They want to completely erase that story. It's coming to our minds. Those who's learning and those who think they know, they believe that Jesus is a white man coming from the sky. And those who do know a little bit will sit there and tell you this. It don't matter. It don't matter. When another melanated person tell you it don't matter, listen to me. When another melanated person tell you it don't matter, it's because they don't know or they have fell under the spell of the European masses. Now, listen here. If any Caucasian is watching this video, it's not about you. It's about my melanated dark race that needs to be transformed into a new creation. Alright? I said what I needed to say. Get your pencils and papers. Get ready to do your research. Bring your Bible as well. I recommend that. We're going to get into Dr. Ray Higgins. This is part 2. The council that created Jesus Christ. Now let me give you one thing before I walk off and let the brother get in, put in his work. Ray Higgins was a pastor, reverend, however you want to call it. Ray Higgins made a pilgrimage to Africa, to Kemetic, which you call Egypt. Ray Higgins went with the brother Ashar Quasar. For those who don't know that name, he's a master teacher of the Kemetic system. I'll spell it for you. A-S-H-R-A, Ashra, Quasar, K-W-E-S-I. When Ray Higgins went on that pilgrimage, he was transformed. He was transformed. Sometimes it takes a person to go directly to the site and see all the wonders of the history of the black origin. And once he got transformed, he left religion alone and began to his new path. But further ado, this is part 2. The council that created Jesus.
The office of Pharaoh, and they made an image. They made an image in honor of him, and this image is called Serapis. Y'all follow me? Y'all sure? So you got to understand this. You can't share this with nobody else if you don't understand it. The worship of Serapis. You see, this dude, Ptolemy the First, there it is. That's Serapis, the Egyptian version of Serapis, dating back to approximately 350 BCE. This is the image that they made in honor of Ptolemy the First Soter. All right. Okay? What is Serapis? They took the name Osiris and combined it with the word Apis, which means the bull. Right. Osiris. It became Serapis. Now here's the deep thing about it. Ptolemy the First tried to incorporate the religion of the Greeks into Egypt by creating the worship of a new god. And this was that god, in honor of him, called Serapis. Now, it was really a composite deity, as you see here. Again, as I said, made up. It looked kind of dumb, don't it? But hey, you know, the Egyptians had to give him something to appease him. Okay? And as you see here, over here is the Greco-Roman version of Serapis, the painting. How do you know that's Serapis? By the cup on top of his head.
All right, I needed to inject into this because you got to understand something here. Serapis, right? If you know, Serapis is supposed to be the first image of a god. The Egyptians had created this mold. Then it's the painting of the Romans. Understand the conception. Serapis, the Egyptian, 350 BCE, right? Serapis, now you have to go to my first video, the second video, to see Ptolemy, who that is. Basically, the Egyptians, what they did was they made a statue of him, so he could become a god, quote unquote. Then the Romans did a painting of him. Why? Because the cup is the significance of who he is. You can see the beard, so on and so forth. Understand what you're about to get into. Understand what you're about to listen to. This is not a real God. This is made up by the Egyptians, forced by Ptolemy to do that. Remember, if you watch the second video, it tells you about Alexander and Ptolemy were best friends. They invaded Egypt. When they invaded Egypt, quote unquote, Kemetic, this man the statue, Serapis, which is really Parliament, wanted to do what? Become a god. Then, as Reagan's explained to you, that he wanted to take his Greek theology, his Greek religion, and entwine it together. Bold moves. Bold moves. So now, basically just push the African spirituality out the window, because here, I'm a god, I can do what I want. Let's put it straight out facts. I'm a god, he believes this. I'm a god because you're gonna do what I tell you to do, or you're gonna die. Let's just be honest about this. Let's continue on with Brother Ray Higgins.
Y'all see it? Now, what year are we talking here? Greco-Roman, 135 BCE. So this can't be Jesus. If he had existed, it can't be Jesus. You follow what I'm saying? This is the image that the Greeks made the Africans worship. Yeah, buddy. In fact, to show you how deep this goes, there was a correspondence from Emperor Hadrian referring to the Alexandrian worshippers. Where's Alexandria? Come on, talk to me. Where's Alexandria? In Egypt, Africa, right? Yes. The Alexandrian worshippers of Serapis calling themselves what? The bishops of Christ. Now that's deep. There was no Jesus. There was no Jesus. But yet these people refer to themselves as the bishops of Christ. And here's what he says. Egypt, which you commended to me, my dearest Servianus, I have found to be wholly fickle and inconsistent. Putting down Egypt, okay. I can deal with that. And continually wafted about by every breath of fame, the worshippers of Serapis here are called what? Wait a minute. The worshippers of Serapis are called Christians. And those who are devoted to the god Serapis, I find, call themselves the bishops of Christ. Don't take my word for it, family. Go verify it. Just type this in right here on the internet. This whole thing will come up. Now, what does that mean? That means, brothers and sisters, that in Africa, this image of Serapis that goes all the way back to 350 BCE had been...
All right. You understand what just happened. There is no Jesus. They created Christians. They forced the Africans to worship a false deity, basically the image of Serapis. Who's Serapis? This is Parliament, right? The Romans got a picture, basically drawing a picture of Serapis, claiming this is Christianity. Understand how things are working here. Who are you worshiping? Because right now, the date tells you there's 350 AD, and then you got one that's 135, if my memory serves me correctly. But if I'm wrong, we'll get back to it. But there is no Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ does not exist. Understand this. Let's get back into it. I'm going to say it one more time for you. Jesus Christ is not here. So far, all this is unfolded by European Greeks. I'm breaking it down for you, just in case if some of you are a little bit lost. The Greeks have basically took over Egypt, demanded that they wanted to be a pharaoh or god, and now they're forcing them to worship this image. And now they're saying this will be through Christianity. Let's get back to Dr. Ray Higgins. This stuff is deep. And this is why I tell y'all, the church is not teaching you none of this stuff. They're not teaching you nothing. Walk by faith and not by sight. You ain't supposed to know nothing? Let's get into it.
Come the object of worship. Y'all follow me? This was by command. Arius. Everybody say a brother called Arius. A brother called Arius. He had a problem with it. And he made some noise about it. They say this, and I wonder how true it is. The only thing necessary for falsehood or evil to triumph is for good men or women to remain silent. Follow what I'm saying? Falsehood was on the loose. A black man named Arius from Libya came forth and said, enough is enough. He began to explain to her, and you all see what years he lived here, 256 to 336 AD. So guess what? We're talking about the time of the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD. Needless to say, you see, he died 11 years later. Okay? And I wonder if he died, was he killed? Arius, yeah, but Arius lived at a time when the church was divided because of the Christological dispute which he was instrumental in starting. He taught that, and everybody write this down, Christus, C-H-R-I-S-T-U-S. Christus. Christus was also the nickname for Serapis. What word do you see there? Christ, exactly. Not a Jesus, Serapis. And guess what, y'all? This was deep. This marble image right here, this is the newfangled version of Serapis. Okay, and they've used this bearded figure. This is now the image that they use for Jesus today. Okay, because Serapis, you know, I do, and let me show you the comparison. This marble bust of Serapis, which is in where? London Museum.
Okay. I wanted to break in there real quick. Look at the image, please. Please look at the image. This image is supposed to be Jesus Christ. But it's not. This image is the statue of Serapis, which is in the Museum of London. Arius, who comes from Libya, that they was talking about a few minutes ago, is a black melanated man who is uncomfortable of the fact that the lies and the doctrines are false and made up. Let's get it more clear. Military strategy has been used here. Military strategy based on conquer the people, right? Then take their resources and use it against them, reverse it into your likeness. Now you see what's happening here. Your likeness means I'm going to take whatever resources you have and then whatever resources we have and inject them into the people to take away their spirituality, take away even if it's religion, to take away whatever they know. So now, this image, which you can go to London if you choose to, or download this information. Understand? And then the part what I need to get into real quickly is that the part where it says Christ, you're going to find out where Christ comes from. C-H-R-I-S. Let's get into it.
Right now, as I'm talking to you, that's in the London Museum. You were there, did you see it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is in the London Museum. Why haven't we been taught this? Why y'all grew up in the church all your life? Why weren't you taught this? Why were not taught it? You can't teach it. Because it will cause the Christian church to shut down. Arius was making noise, man. He was telling everybody this deity.
Yes, I'm coming again. I'm going to push it hard. I've said it and I'll say it again. Information like this, the church do not give you. The church do not teach this. It's because once you get that information with what is being displayed right now, you will never be the same. Never. Understand, please. Understand. The church, organization, institution don't teach this because if they do, as clearly Dr. Ray Higgins stated, and a lot of the scholars will let you know that what you think you know about religion, God, and so on and so forth is not what it is. It's been pushed up on our melanated people from the beginning. But let me let the brother finish telling you. Let's get it on.
God worshiping. It's not deity. He was made by people's hands. Go back here. He was made. He was formed out of metal. How do you tell people who have been worshiping Serapis for over 2.5 centuries that what they've been worshiping ain't real? How do you do that? Arius was causing such a problem because people started listening to him. And they started doing their research and finding out the man was telling the truth. We're worshiping an image that was made in honor of Ptolemy the First. And the Son of God, which this is called the Son of God, same as with Jesus, the Europeans took the S-U-N, talk to me black people, and made it the S-O-N. Why do you think every picture you see of Jesus, the sun is behind his head? We weren't taught to call it, we were taught to call it a halo. I dare you to go down here to the Catholic Cathedral on Lindell, is it? All you gotta do is walk in there and walk up to the altar and you see exactly what I'm talking about. They got this big pearly white Jesus on the cross with the sun behind his head. Meaning he is a Sa-Ra, a son of Ra. And Ra was called, or God was called Ra in ancient Egypt. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Arius came along and he began to mess up everybody's program. He started telling people, y'all are believing in a statue. And guess what, y'all? Some of y'all do too. Some of y'all got the statue, little tiny one hanging around your neck. Yes, you do. And I mean, you know, I have to put it out again. Why do you keep celebrating that? Why do you keep celebrating death? You know? If you're going to celebrate something, celebrate life. Why is it that nobody yet? I should patent this thing and make some money. Just so I can pay some bills. I should patent this thing. I should actually patent, and I'm giving somebody a secret to become a millionaire now. Okay, go out here and patent, and don't forget me when you do now, all right? Go out here and patent an empty tomb. Next Sunday, that's what everybody's supposed to be celebrating. The resurrection. Why ain't nobody wearing empty tombs around their necks? They're still wearing the cross with him on it. He's still dead. Y'all follow what I'm saying, people? Arius caused such a problem for the clergy coalition of his day. He caused such a problem for the ministers' union of his day. He caused such a problem for the ecclesiastical dignitaries of his day that they had, I mean, really, people were starting to leave their churches and going to listen to Arius. So what happened, for the sake of stability in the Roman Empire, Constantine called a council and summoned all the bishops of the Roman Catholic Church to this council meeting. It was called the Nicene Council. And in this council, the first order of business was to discredit and silence Arius. We got to stop this man. Yes, black man from Libya. We got to stop him. He's telling the truth. But we don't need for the people to know that. Y'all hearing me? So they convened a council meeting and they came up with a creed. Now mind you, when this council meeting was called, there was no Jesus. This is who existed. Serapis. Y'all following what I'm saying? Are you clear? Don't take my word for it. Invalidate what I'm saying. Prove me.
All right, gods and goddesses, brothers and sisters. This is almost over. Part 3 is coming up. Before I let it go, I'm gonna give you my opinion. Excuse me. Understand the faculties of what's going on. Same thing was going on then is happening now. Religion that you think you know is not what it is. But if you've been worshiping a statue, and you have pictures and images, and you have, and people have been telling you this information since birth, you will believe it so hardly, you will go co-native, dishonest, co-native. You will become institutionalized. You will never believe when somebody's telling you the truth. You will defend it, even with death. But I ask you, when you go to church next week or later on today, sit down and listen to the reverend, pastor, preacher, and ask yourself, why this information never stirs up. Never. How in the world that you talking about Jesus and Jesus didn't even exist yet? Serapis come from a Greek general who was the friend of Alexander, who was a Greek general who conquered Africa, the region of Egypt. Brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses, Amun demanded for him to be a god. But your church don't tell you this. Your church don't tell you this. The Kingdom Hall Jehovah's Witnesses don't tell you this. Why they don't give you this information? Why? There was no Jesus Christ. But we found out through research that Arius from Libya, a black man, decides to speak like you are serving a false god, a false deity. This is a metal image of a man that the Egyptians, they created it. Or the neighbors of the Egyptians. Put it that way. Interesting. Very interesting. And that statue of Serapis is in London as an artifact. Constantine House is in the picture. The Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, gather all the bishops together to stop our Arius from Libya, to stop him from telling the truth that ain't no God Serapis. Let's go to 3, y'all. It's gonna get deep. Hope you ready.